Hello my loves, my little dust bunnies, and welcome to another art vlog with the dust. Today I am creating a yarn inspired makeup and costume design. I'm very excited to share it with you. If you guys like arts and craft supplies, or you just like some crazy art, you're gonna want to follow and subscribe to my page. I also have TikTok and Instagram where I post fun and unusual videos of process as well as just some entertainment videos of the fun characters that I create. In Instagram, I like to post photography because I like to take selfies of the art that I create. I spend hours and hours creating these elaborate costume designs as well as makeup art for all of you. And I like to take self-portraits as well as even paint self-portraits of the art that I create. Today's creation is the yarn monster, is what I call it. Her name is Yart. Get it? Yarn art? I know. It's so funny. Yeah, I know it's not. And I know it's not as funny as I think it is, but I had to share. Anyways, I'm really excited about this project. This project took 3 days of creating the costume and about 6 hours to put the makeup on, and that was just because I had to latex string to my face. Yeah, string to my face, and latex is stinky. But anyways, let's go on and let me show you the process and a little behind the scenes of how I created this elaborate, fun, new makeup and costume design. Okay, so this week's project is going to be a crafting art look. So what I'm building right now is pretty much a big ball of yarn bodysuit, but it's just a waist up to the chest, and you can see it has little knitting needles. It's all made out of yarn and pool noodles. If you can believe it. Also, I'm building these elaborate horns right now, which are made out of 2 styrofoam balls with a piece of wire and tin foil to thicken it, and then we're going to add some electrical tape all around it to finalize it, and then we're going to also wrap it in yarn, so I have yarn horns coming out of my head. But I'm also adding a bunch of yarn balls to the base, and so I'm going to be building a kind of a basket at the bottom, like just a little base to hold a bunch of balls. I know how that sounds, but anyways, don't think dirty. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, look how cute. It looks like a character. Look, it has like a smile with teeth and eyes. We saw when I first started making it, it looked like an owl. Now it looks like a frog with a funny face. I'm just obsessed with it. I can't wait to wear it. It's so cute on, and it's actually kind of snuggly and warm, so. Also, going to your local Goodwill, as I like to call it, the G-Double, you can find lots of fun crafts for a super cheap price. This bag of yarn that I got to create my yarn makeup and costume look was only $8. I will show you the tag. $8.50, dudes. How cool is that? How cool. I got this whole bag of yarn for $8. The big yarn cost me $5, normally $10 at Michael's, but they had some clearance ones for $5. So I got myself 2 rolls of the larger thick yarn to make the overlay, but underneath is like 4 regular sized yarn, which is what the ball is. The ball eyeballs are made out of, the regular smaller yarn, and the larger yarn, it was only 2 whole rolls of that. So those cost $5 though. Headband from the dollar store, styrofoam balls from the dollar store, tin foil from the dollar store. The wire I got separately at Home Depot in a big old giant roll, but they range from like $12 to $15, but you get a lot of wire, and I make a lot of projects from a roll of wire. Alright, so now I added 2 wires to the front and to the back. So this is the front, actually. I said it backwards, but I wanted you to see that there's a wire on both sides. So I cut a piece, I stuck it in deep into the styrofoam balls, then I glued some tin foil to the edges so that it stays strong, and then I wrapped it in tin foil. So I'm doing that to both sides. That way we can have a base to put all of our balls of yarn. So I'm just putting some glue right at the base where I put the wire into the styrofoam. And I just put a big old glob all the way around it. Take some tin foil, stick it around, stick it nicely into the glue, and crunch around it. Alright, now I'm taking the black electrical tape and I'm wrapping the horn like the other side. Just gonna wrap it. Keep wrapping it with the black electrical tape nice and tight, covering it all. All the way to the tip. And then all the way back down, so you're going to cover it like this. You're going to cover it so it looks like this, all the way down and then around on the bottom. And I will show you what it looks like in the complete. Keep on wrapping it. Just keep on wrapping it nice and tight. Nice and tight. This part's my favorite. I love to wrap the horns with the tape. It's so fun. Okay, here's the horns with just the electrical tape. I also put it around the basket part. Okay guys, we are on a night adventure. It's sundown, the sun is setting. I'll turn around so you can see the pretty pink in the sky. Maybe you can't see it. I'll take a picture of it. Anyways, we are trying to locate some jack-o'-lantern mushrooms. And these mushrooms are really cool because they have lantern in the title because they glow in the dark. So we're going to be taking some black lights and taking some really cool UV ultraviolet pictures of some jack-o'-lantern mushrooms, and these are some of the biggest ones I've ever seen. So I'm really excited to share that with you. So I wanted to get this part of the video because it's going to get really dark pretty soon, and then I wouldn't be able to talk about our crazy adventure. So we're out on a trail and we're looking for jack-o'-lantern mushrooms, and I'm so excited. Beautiful sunset. Look at that sky. Oh, it's so gorgeous. There's a mushroom hiding in there. We're gonna come back when the light is darker. Or I mean when it gets dark. You know what I mean. You get it. You see. Alright, so here's our first specimen. It's glowing a little bit. They're kind of old mushrooms, so they're not glowing as vibrant as we would hope, but here's the first one. And this is what they should look like, but this one is all old and moldy and kind of falling apart, but this is the glow that they all should have on them. But these ones are kind of old, but it's super pretty though. Ah, glowing mushrooms. Glowing centipedes. Look at that. Look at his little feet moving. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Look at him glow. Oh my goodness. So magical. Glowing centipedes. Oh my
gosh, look how cool that is.
So here we have a close-up. This is only just a handful that I've gotten sewn into place. So I made this wire base, which you saw previously when I was making the horns, and now I've been taking needle and thread, but not no ordinary needle. We are using one of these U-shaped needles. I don't know if you can see it, but it is a U-shaped needle. That way I can get, you know, curvature into the, you know, weird angles and stuff. It really makes a difference. My boyfriend was the one that suggested that, and boy howdy, he was right. Anyways, I have sewn all these little guys into place, so I've put little stitches, you know, in a couple spots so that they are stuck in place, so that when I wear the crown, it is one full piece. Let me go in the back. You can see that I have one back here. Oh, the lighting went away, I'm sorry. Alright, so that's what it looks like so far. So right now I'm just taking this hook needle, not sure what these are called, a pack of them. Crafter's Square sewing needles. They're just like curved needles, you know, so I love using it. Anyways. So right now I'm just stitching this ball, so you can see it's not quite attached yet, but it's stuck to this bottom piece of the horns. And that's what I've been doing to all the balls of yarn. So I'm just kind of stitching it real solid to the top, and then I'm also going to stitch it to the headband itself to make sure it's nice and stable, but I have to make sure that this first part is nice and tight and has lots of stitches so that it holds it in place. Ooh. Luna, what are you doing? What are you doing? Real? I love when I have a little assistant hanging out right here watching me create art. What are you doing? Real? You tell me all about it? Luna? Luna? What is it? What are you doing? What is it, Looney? Okay, I'm just sewing through the yarn ball and around the headband to secure it so that it doesn't flop around so much or fall off. I've been sewing all the yarn balls in place and to each other, and that way they are one uniform piece, because I've learned from experience of making headpieces and crowns to make sure that things are secured and in place, because moving around and trying to pose for pictures and or just, you know, moving around your camera, lighting equipment and stuff can be tricky when you're in full costume. And so I've had to learn to make better headpieces that are can withstand being moved around and in weird positions without falling apart. What the heck, guys? Who's been playing with my balls? There's lint and leaf bits and cat fuzz all over my balls. Who's been playing with my yarn balls? Speak up, cats. I know it was one of y'all. Was it you? Did you steal my yarn ball, you little stinky? It must have been you, huh? You stole my yarn ball, didn't you? You stole my yarn ball. I can see it in your eyes. You're guilty. You are guilty. Okay, let me show you how I was making my yarn balls. So I just took a piece of foam. This is a piece of a pool noodle because I had them around. And so I'm taking my yarn, which is a blue yarn, and I'm just gonna wrap this real tight. And it's just giving a base to the ball of yarn, really. And so I want it to be nice and tight, and I'm gonna do this over and over and over again, all the way around. And then sometimes I switch it and do it at a different angle. I'll flip it. That way it gets thicker in different spots. So you're just going to do this until you have the desired size that you want. And so for me, I'm going to make 3 different colors. I need a couple small balls for the front of my monster crown. So that's what I'm going to make with these 3 colors. So we're starting out with the blue one, and then we're going to go and make some smaller ones. Alright, do a little close-up of what I'm doing. And sometimes I switch directions. Oops. But you gotta do it kind of tight. Otherwise it wants to come undone. Okay, my loves. I totally forgot to film the little bit of makeup that I've put on so far. Because we're just doing a basic, crazy makeup. Oh my gosh, my cat's in the background right now. Are going crazy. Anyways, let's just go over a little discussion of what I've been using on my face. You can see I've kind of just drawn some fun lines and whatnot with some eyeshadow. Let me show you. I used the Lisa Frank palette. They have some amazing colors. They have this blue I used and this pink I used. So those are the 2 colors that are mapped out around my face. And we're going to be taking string. Let me show you. You know, floss string, embroidery floss string, and we're going to be gluing, taking some latex, and we're going to be taking some latex, and it's really hard for me to focus with the cats in the background. It's super funny. Anyways, we're going to take some latex, and we're going to put latex line all over these lines, and we're going to add string to them to give it a really fun yarny look. Also using this palette, which is gorgeous. It just says makeup art all over it, right? And I used this orange for my eyes. And let's see, we used the Hocus Pocus palette. Let me show you. This green color right here is what I put in the inner corner and in my eyebrow line a little bit right here. And it is so pretty. It is so pretty. Anyways, I don't have very many colors going on. I'm going to add a little bit of color to my lips as well. But now we're just going to glue a bunch of string to our face for fun, because that's what I'm doing next. Yeah. As you can see, I've added some latex lines and added white string around some of the lines, and I've also done some black lines. And you can see the latex is drying, so you can see where I've added latex. Now we're going to add some yellow and some other colors. Alright, this is what it looks like so far. We're going to add some more colored string on the side to give it a little bit more. We've got some designs going. I am in love with it, guys. It is so cute. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit more to this side. We're going to add a little bit more on this side, and we're going to fill in the lips, and we'll be done. For the final touches, I used my Mayron face paint, and I did some swirly lines to make it as if I have string on my lips, just to bring the whole look together so that I don't have to put latex on. Now I'm going to be using this pretty palette because it's got some really gorgeous sparkles in it, and we're just going to add a couple little spots to give some highlight with some glisten. Sparkles! Alright, now we're ready to put on our costume. I'm so excited! Well, here we are in my yarn monster outfit. What do you guys think? Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my crazy makeup, art, and costume design. This look was inspired by yarn, obviously. There's yarn literally everywhere. My sister-in-law made these beautiful arm sleeves for me for Christmas. I had to show them off, and what better way to show them off than doing a yarn art to show them off. Anyways, this is my little yarn monster buddy right here. He is so cute. And then the beautiful yarn horns / crown. I'm really proud of this one, guys. Like, I want to paint this one. I feel it. This new art series that I'm doing is all inspired by art supplies, and I'm so inspired by all kinds of art supplies. I'm a multimedia artist, so I like to use all different kinds of things, arts and crafts. And so I'm having people, you know, leave comments of art supplies, random things like pencils, spray paint, erasers, knitting needles, you know, just any type of art supplies. Okay? Leave them in the comments. That way I can create from your guys' ideas. Help inspire me to create this fun, unique series. Not only am I creating fun makeup art, I'm also doing really fun costumes inspired by arts and crafts, because I am an artist through and through, and I want to show it off in the best way that I can. Here is a look at the makeup complete. I know I forgot to do some more behind the scenes of me creating these looks, but gluing with the latex and the string was really hard and time consuming. That was the hardest part about this makeup look. It took me a total of 6 hours to get it all prepared and put on. I hope you guys like it. I even did some fun swirly designs on my lips. I really like this design, guys. It's super artistic. It's very creative. I hope it inspires you. Yeah, let me know what you guys think.